All I know is pain, man. All I know is pain. Kashima Antlers, J League champions. Kashiwa Reysol, runners up. Now, to be fair, we did make it to the AFC Champions League, so we take that. But, not gonna lie, I was hoping I would come on here, start to record this video, and I'd be dancing, celebrating, champions, champions. But unfortunately, it was not to be. And what a season it's been. My first time following the J League. My team Kashiwa, who finished 17th the last 2 years, to be able to even reach second. What an accomplishment. What a season. But if I'm honest with you, I was believing. I thought we could go all the way. And not just that. We were on for the double in the cup. We lost that in the final. That was disappointing. But I had some hope. The form to end the season in the league, you could tell it was a team on a mission. Everyone believed. Everyone bought in. But sometimes it's out of your hands. And when you're playing catch up, at a certain point in time, there's only so much you could do. And to be fair to Kashima, when it came down to it in the end, they were able to grab their few wins they needed to secure the league. But we put the pressure on. We won every game down the stretch that we needed to win. But it just ended up not being enough. And it's a shame. This has been a terrible week for me. You saw my last vid, Chelsea, or the vid before, Chelsea got absolutely destroyed by Leeds in the Premier League. That's a whole other story. I was hoping I could come here and get some solace from my J League team, but it was not to be. And if you're wondering why I'm so down right now, in volume as well, because it's like after 2 a.m. where I'm recording, so you could tell it may only be my first season, but I'm here. I'm dedicated. I'm here watching games until 2 a.m., hoping my team can get something out of them. If we look at the actual game, we handled business. And that's why it's even more disappointing. Now, to be honest, it wasn't the greatest watch. Kashiwa weren't too convincing today. They didn't come out like a team that had a mission. And to be fair, before the game, we're doing the whole bouquet ceremonies and all this kind of stuff. It wasn't the right tone. We didn't come out with the right energy. And that first half was disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. In the second half, we managed to get on the score sheet with an own goal. To be fair, it was a beautiful own goal. Okamura, it was beautiful, I ain't gonna lie. But really, it was very avoidable. But we take those. When you want to be a champion, you take any type of goal you can get. And the home crowd was rocking. I wish I could have been there in person. That's one of my things on my bucket list. I got to go to a Kashiwa game in person because the energy there was amazing. I got to learn the chants and stuff. But as of right now, and also, by the way, if you have any videos or stuff for me, link it in the comments. I want to learn the chants. I want to learn whatever I got to learn. I'm really trying to lock in, and I'll be there next season. But after that goal, you could see, okay, we're starting to believe. But the thing was, that goal was in the 63rd minute. Before then, Kashima were already 2-0 up, and we had no faith. I'm not going to lie. I was in the live chat with some other Kashiwa fans on the J League International channel, and it wasn't looking good. We were like, bro, Yokohama, the Marinos were selling us, bro. These dudes are like double agents. You guys are supposed to be putting up a fight for some pride or something. There's the two historic teams in the J League, and y'all weren't really doing much. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you guys were passing the ball to Kashima for fun, helping them out. Help us out, bruh. Come on, man. So they were already 2-0 down, and we were like, okay, we got the one back. Maybe there's a chance. I was getting my hopes up just a little bit, but we weren't feeling too optimistic. And you could see after that, Kashiwa started to believe. They started really pressing on toward the end of the game. The energy was there. But to be fair, Machito didn't make it easy for us. They were giving us a fight the whole game. They're a good team. Shout out to them. Their story's amazing. But for this one game, I was like, bro, you already got the cup. You got the Emperor's Cup, man. Like, chill out. Let us get something. Let us get something. But To be fair to them, they didn't make it easy. We ended up getting the win. That's what mattered. That's all we could do. It was out of our hands. But the Marinos, they weren't impressive. I didn't watch the entire game. I was really focused on our game. But I tapping in 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and it wasn't impressive. They were handing the ball over. It didn't really look like they cared that much. They didn't look like they were threatening that much. But in the 90th minute, or 90 plus one or whatever, they got their goal. And the chat went wild. I'm not gonna lie, we were gassed. I was like, hold up. We got a shot. We got a shot. I was actually really getting excited. I was like, we may actually be back in this if they could pull something off. It was still out of our hands. We had to defend our lead, but I was like, if the Marinos can get something here, we're champions. But a diabolical time wasting from Kashima, and hey man, I would do the same thing. You're trying to win a title here, you do whatever you can. And they saw the game out, and it didn't matter what we did at that point. It was lights out. So shout out to them. They got their victory. They're obviously the most successful team in J League history, and for a reason. They continue to compete, and they got their championship. I think it's their 9th title. That's what some dude in the chat was spamming, constantly saying, "Oh, Kashima's the best. Kashima's the best." So he reminded us it's their 9th title. But shout out to them. All respects, congrats. But we'll be back this year. We're not gonna make this year a one-off. We'll be back next year. That's our goal. And I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be making videos from match week 1, hopefully. Well, at least whenever they can stream the games. We're going on a new schedule, so we're not gonna be back to August. Hopefully, with this new schedule, we figure out some kind of new broadcasting situation so we can get more games. I really want to be able to watch Kashiwa every week, not just when they stream games. So I'm gonna be there. We do have the tournament coming up next year, early next year, the special tournament to bridge between the 2 scheduled seasons. So that's gonna be fun. And also there's something else just to wrap up the J League this season and the final J League of the calendar year format. The last game that was really of importance, because the relegation was pretty much sorted. The last game that was of importance was Kyoto Sanga Vissel Kobe. And Kyoto handled their business. They maintained their position in the table, and they had to, because Sanfrecce was right behind them, and they won their game as they needed to do. So shout out to Kyoto. There's a Kyoto kit from like the early 2000s. If I wasn't a Kashiwa fan now, I really want that kit. I'm not gonna lie. So that might be like my, if I had a second team that I didn't mind, it would be Kyoto. I'm not gonna lie. But shout out to them. They handled their business on the final day. That's what you got to do. And it came down to the top 4 teams are the best teams for a reason, and they all won their games. But we just needed the result to go another way. And coming into this game, we knew we have the tougher matchup. Kashima has the easier matchup. They should win their game. We should be in a battle because we're going up against 6th place. But, hey man, we handled our business. They handled their business. That's how the cookie crumbles. That's going to be it for this season in the J League. My J League coverage. I know I basically just started, but I've been following the season, even if I haven't been making videos on it. And it's been fun. It was a fun first season to watch as a Kashiwa Reysol fan. Hey man, next season hopefully is going to be even more fun. Hopefully we actually go and get some silverware. So shout out to all the Kashiwa fans out there. Let me know, do I call you the Kashiwa fans, or are we called the Reysol fans, or is it either? I don't know. But shout out to all of you. I'm just trying to learn more, get more into the J League. So if you have any knowledge, drop it in the comments. I'm always willing to learn. I'm not going to act like I'm some authority on this league. I'm now getting into it for the first year. But shout out to all of you. Shout out to the Kashima fans. Congrats once again. And hopefully I'll see you guys when the tournament starts next year. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Appreciate you for watching if you made it this far. And peace.